We're not giving up hope. That's the message coming out of Christchurch this morning. Search and rescue teams are battling through the debris to reach people still trapped 2 days since the 6.3 magnitude earthquake. The official death toll remains at 75, with 300 still listed as missing. But there have been reports of possible signs of life beneath the CTV building and the cathedral. Now, we have two reporters on the ground in Christchurch this morning. In a moment, we'll speak to Bill Woods, who's at an evacuation centre. But first, here's Helen Kapelos in the city centre. Good morning, Helen. Now, the New Zealand Prime Minister John Key has said today that it will be a miracle to find any more survivors, but we understand there could be this great news coming from the rubble.
Certainly is, Tash. Now, you have to remember the CTV building yesterday was declared not survivable. They had declared that, authorities, because there was no signs of life there for at least 8 hours. They had decided that they would concentrate on 4 main rescue sites in the city. That had been reduced to rubble. They felt there'd be no more survivors there. But in fact, it was New South Wales rescue teams this morning which did stumble upon signs of life. They were hoping that certainly the voices coming out of there were people that may in fact be trapped and able to be rescued. They were securing the site. They've been securing a number of the sites around the city, and this fantastic news has emerged from there this morning. So there's also some developments coming out of the cathedral as well. There may be fresh signs of life there, so we're not giving up hope here. But for the latest developments in Christchurch, we're crossing now to reporter Casey McCulloch.
The rescue effort is now in its second day. There's been no pause in the search for survivors. Families of those feared trapped are becoming increasingly desperate.
Yes, they are doing everything to save you. In which classroom you are?
Crews are frantically tearing at 10 major structures which have collapsed, including the Canterbury television building. Some may still bear survivors.
They've got to get out there and listen.
But as each hour passes, hopes are fading.
The police have been doing everything they can to try and understand if there are people alive, and they've been sending dogs in and the likes, and they're not getting a huge number of positive responses.
These pictures show just how violent the tremor was. Aftershocks are proving a challenge for those trying to access the trapped.
It's just business as usual for us, and we just continue with our work.
Australian search and rescue teams are in action, risking their lives to delicately remove parts of buildings which are barely remaining upright.
This is what they train to do, this is what they live to do, and this is what they want to go and do.
When New Zealand hurts, as it is with any other state here in Australia, we certainly feel that we're obliged to do something.
But the risk is worth it when survivors are pulled from the wreckage. Australian woman Anne Voss was buried under the Pine Gould building.
I'm lying on broken tiles and, I've cut myself a few times. I'm just waiting, really.
Medical centres are overflowing with hundreds of injured in need of urgent treatment, and there are fears of an outbreak of waterborne disease. Australia is among the countries sending whatever is needed to get this city back on its feet.
My message to Prime Minister Key has just been, please ask and we'll do everything we can.
Casey McCulloch, 10 News.